104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show if you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan. Ooh, 1 hour from now.
Well, my friends, we are going to... Ooh, Ryan sounds like Ryan. Ooh.
You're a Sabrina Carpenter fan.
Of course, we give you all the experiences. You know, we send you to really fantastic places in a really fantastic way. Now, Sabrina Carpenter is coming to us. She is coming to Houston at the end of the month at Toyota Center. We've got 4 sweet tickets to give you and a ride to and from the show. All you need to do is say it for Sabrina. Every morning at 8 o'clock, we will reveal the phrase that you need to repeat back to us. And then we have 4 chances for you to become a finalist for this prize. The 4 chances are at 9 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. If you're caller 104, you just repeat that phrase back to us. What's the phrase that we revealed at 8 o'clock today? If you have the right phrase, you are a finalist for the 4 sweet tickets and the ride provided by Top Tier Chauffeur Services. It's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. Say it for Sabrina. 8 o'clock every day on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, it's time for Roula and Ryan's Revenge.
For the truly wronged, sometimes all you have left is revenge.
104.1 KRBE.
Parental discretion is advised.
All right, this is what you got to do, guys. Go to krbe.com and contact Eric and tell him what happened. What's so terrible that you had to get somebody back with revenge?
And you can DM. I'm getting a lot of DMs. Producer Eric on like Instagram and stuff. So that's the easiest way.
Well, don't brag. What about the revenge people?
So I see a lot of that stuff. Hey.
Yeah, you can contact Eric in a variety of ways. He'll get you on the phone and you'll tell us what happened. Why did you feel the need to get revenge? So Lucy is standing by to tell us. Good morning, Lucy.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Lucy.
Good morning, Lucy. Who is it you want to get revenge on this morning?
I want to get revenge on my ex-husband, Spencer.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
What happened there?
Ex-husband.
How long has he been the ex-husband?
Several years and a few years, not long enough.
Wow.
Not long enough. So what is Spencer doing right now that's got you so mad?
Okay, we co-parent our 10-year-old son. I've been fine with everything until Spencer started dating this trashy woman named Lynn, and I just can't have my son near her at all. She smokes, she drinks, she cusses, and my son came home the other day saying that there's no God, and Lynn told him that.
There's no God.
What?
Oh, man.
Why
Taking
is that
religious
woman
liberties with your child?
Telling your 10-year-old
And they're
that?
not married, right? This is not his stepmother. This is a woman his father is dating.
Right. And I've warned him I don't want her near our son at all, ever.
Well, that's understandable.
Can't you put that in some kind of... Don't y'all talk about that decree thing? Can't you put that in there?
That stuff is agreed upon before you get divorced.
How many years have y'all been divorced, Lucy?
4 years now.
Now, some people are going to say, are you angry because he's with somebody now?
My son came home wanting to eat whatever Lynn would let him eat at their house, and I don't let him eat candy for dinner at my house, and I don't want my son around her.
Oh, Eric, he probably had candy salad.
Our kids make that candy salad.
It's where you have all the things sour. Sour Patch Kids and sour ropes and sour twists
So gross.
and sour gummies.
Not for
and you
dinner,
throw them all
I
together
hope.
in a bowl like a salad.
You're not eating that for dinner. She's got more than enough to be upset about.
What does your husband say about that? Your ex-husband. I'm sure you probably shared that with him.
He just says that she's his future, and I just need to get with the program, and I'm not going to allow him to just bring our son around this super trashy woman who knows if she's going to give him cigarettes next. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
All right,
why don't we get Spencer on the line?
So stand by, and we're going to get Spencer on the line now. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Spencer, thanks for joining us today.
What's going on?
You're not going to like this. We've got your ex-wife on the line right now.
Lucy, say hi to Spencer.
I want you to stop bringing our son around Lynn.
You can't tell me who I can date, okay? She's my future. I love that girl.
Spencer, Lucy told us that your son came home to her and said, hey, Lynn said there's no God.
She gets that way. She starts going off on tangents and stuff. She's never really serious.
Yeah, but you have to tell her as the parent that, hey, a child takes things very seriously, so careful what you're saying around the child because that's not an approved conversation.
Yeah, have you done that at least?
Yeah, well, look, I've told her not to talk about religion around my son. I've told her that, I don't want her going into that.
Can you keep her from drinking around our son, or
It's just a glass of wine. It's no big deal.
are we counting the White Claws?
Those don't even count. You can't count White Claws. I mean,
It's gonna get you hammered.
Yes, you can.
White Claws give me more than
All
wine.
those seltzers are still alcoholic beverages, Spencer.
Dude, you only have your son on the weekend.
it's not like she can't walk or stand up or she's that hammered. She's just having a good time. It's no big deal.
Telling our son there's no God.
Okay, listen, like I told you, Lucy, we go back and forth on the he said, she said. Let's just get to what you're here for. Something has happened that we don't even know about, Spencer, and Lucy's about to tell us. Go ahead, Lucy.
Okay, I took matters into my own hands. I borrowed some money from my folks, and I hired a private investigator. And she's bad news. Let me just say, you're not the only one, and I refuse to let our son go around her.
What do you mean I'm not the only one?
You are one of many. She's not just dating you, and she's probably so deep on the White Claw she has no idea what day it is. So she's
I can't believe you're
definitely
saying that.
dating other people.
You're making this up.
Lucy, do you have any proof? Do you have photos?
I do. I have photos. I've got a whole file. The private investigator sent me over a whole file.
Wow.
And you know what? If you don't take me seriously, I will get a lawyer.
What do you guys have about that, Spencer?
I find it hard to believe, but if you have photos, I'll take a look at the photos. But if that's the case, fine. I'll make sure she's never around. She's never around our son.
Well, how's that going to happen if you plan on marrying her?
Well, if she's seeing other people, I'm not going to marry her.
Are you still date her? Be with her?
Because you sound like, well, I'll look at it, but I'm still going to be with
Well, I mean,
her.
I'd be skeptical too if my ex.
Well, I mean, look, she's just saying, like, I'm not going to believe everything comes out of her mouth.
Well, right, but if she went to a legit PI agency, private investigator.
I saw the photos. It looks legit. I don't think that was Photoshop.
Yeah, and if
What are the
she-
photos of? Like her with another man?
Yep. Get into a car and kissing in the car.
Oh, yeah. I think your relationship's over, Spencer.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, Spencer, why don't you look at them and judge for yourself? She obviously really wanted to go the distance in protection of y'all's child. So look at them, look at the company that followed her, question Lynn about what happened, or you just dump her and don't even question her. Just maybe the proof is in the pictures enough for you. You don't have to even have the conversation with Lynn.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucy, let us know what happens then. Call us back or call the listener line and give us an update because I want to find out about the photos, if he believes you or not.
All right, I will. I'll let you know.
Spencer, you got to put your son first.
Oh, I definitely understand that. Yeah, I agree with that.
And she told me you don't talk to her anymore. It's always through text and email. So that's why she had to do it with you on the air because it's the only time you would actually talk to her.
Yeah.
Well, Spencer, make better
know.
choices, I guess, when it comes to whatever woman you bring into your son's life next. And the same thing goes for Lucy. Whoever she ends up with also has to be a quality person because the bottom line is you're trying to raise a decent human here, co-parenting. So let us know what happens. Thanks for reaching out to us, Lucy, and good luck.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll tell you, co-parenting is not easy. It can be done. We did it. It wasn't always easy.
You being not me,
Me and my
you.
ex-wife. Me and Roula, we co-parent.
Yes. You and your ex-wife.
Me and my ex-wife, we
And what was
co-parented.
that word? Like, that word is not a word I was raised with. Did that word become famous when, like, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin said they uncoupled?
Oh.
Like, when did co-parenting
I don't know when the term came out, but
Yeah,
When I was growing up and I had kids that were friends that were kids of divorced families, they weren't saying, well, my parents co-parent me. That just never happened. They
Never
just
said
said,
that
my
at
parents
all.
are divorced.
But I mean, I made every
Right.
mistake in the book. And, as an adult, my daughter has told me, I was actually really stressed out when I was a kid because I felt like I had to give you equal time and mom equal time. So you really need to communicate with your kids. You think you're doing the best you can and you think you're helping them. But then sometimes I ended up hurting her. I mean, my heart was in the right place,
Yeah, you
but
tried.
I think I really screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nobody's perfect.
No.
And she said,
There's not a,
Daddy, I'm going to take your
no
credit
manual.
card and let
Yeah,
it
there's no
go
manual
into
on
the
this.
dark web.
We try our best.
Right. Put your
dark
credit card in
web.
the dark web.
I don't even know how do you get to the dark web?
It finds us. We don't need to find it.
Right.
It finds
Wonder
us.
if I Google it right now on this
I don't even want to do
computer.
that.
Oh,
Anything
that's probably
happens.
a really good idea. IT would love that, Sam. If you Google dark web
Sam's
websites.
trying to go on the dark web.
Yes.
Only at KRBE studio. That's
right.
Not
That's
at
right.
home, but just
Go to krbe.com if you would like to be part of our show in any capacity. When it comes to revenge, Eric will get you on that. Now, coming up next, is your marriage doomed? Well, that's a question that you could ask yourself if you're in a bad place, but look at what you're posting and look at what you're doing on your social footprint. One guy says if you're doing blank, it's doomed.
And this is something that you would never hear in the 90s, what this guy says.
Yeah,
This is
because we didn't have that capacity to do this stuff.
Yeah, that only happens now the last 15 years, 10 years.
Has it even been 10? Yeah, it's been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 10.
You have my interest peaked.
Yes, we've had 10 years of Instagram, have we not?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Things go so fast, who knows I can't even remember.
I know. It's flying by. Okay, so you can take this test next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE is back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wow, your relationship, your marriage could be doomed.
Well, ever since social media came into play, it's a ruiner of a lot of things. It's got its good points, but it's a ruiner of a lot of things. A lot of relationships get ruined because, if you've listened to Roula and Ryan's Roses, which happens on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, somebody was on somebody's Instagram, caught in the background of a video. They didn't know they were being caught on, all this stuff. Well, what's this guy's philosophy on how digital media is a litmus test to whether your marriage is doomed or not? Well, we have some audio for you to hear from him, from himself. What's his name? Do we know his name?
I don't even know his name. I just saw it on TikTok, when you just scroll through
Yeah.
stuff. I saw it, oh, that's different. I sent Sam and Ahmad.
Okay.
Let's hear it, Sam.
What is one big telltale sign of divorce coming?
For many, it can be taking the ring off. That's the symbol for a lot of people. But for me, I don't think so. Usually what I look to these days is social media. If there's no family pictures, if there's no activity with your husband or wife, if it's just you with your buddies, or you doing a flex in the gym to show how you're working out, or you driving your fancy car, there's a good chance, especially if it's on both of the spouses' social media pages, no pictures with each other, just pictures separate. Yeah, that's a telltale sign.
I think
What's
so.
that?
So how many people are going to do that today?
I know.
You're
they're
going to
gonna
look at your
start looking at
friends
the
that are
profile.
They're
married.
gonna
that
start posting
you always
pictures.
wonder.
But
You're
there's
gonna
a
go scrub?
meme. There's a meme, guys. We've all seen. Is it like a hamster or a squirrel or something? And it's like, or is it a pug? And it's fake typing real fast. It's like not me going into my friends' Instagrams to look at the past pictures and when they started, when they stopped posting their mate.
To see when the
The trail.
when the marriage went south.
Yeah.
If somebody's relationship is over, like, oh wait, hold on, let me go back on their Instagram and let me see when they stop posting the mate.
That makes sense. If you're
Yeah. If you are, and I'm going to say, if you have a job that is more traditional, not a media job like ours, and your primary setup for your Instagram was for family, friends to kind of just show what your life is, and you're not showing your mate anymore, and you're just showing yourself flex in the gym.
Yeah.
Look at my new car.
Look at my awesome car.
Yeah, that's
I would
different.
agree with that guy. The reason I'm saying not in what we do, because we have a different rule for what we do,
Yeah, a lot of times you don't want to put your mate on there too much.
or you don't put your family on there too much. It's mostly like just yourself. I did this one video with my husband and I was like, oh, let's just go Instagram live, and you have to wait for it. You have to wait for them to build.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait and they will come.
Yes.
So that one came up again because when you get a certain amount of hits, it tells you how many views or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a long time we sat there. Because I remember we sat there, we look at the camera. I was like, okay, just wait.
But then
Hold
it
on,
sucks
let
because
it
then when
build.
people want to go back and see it, they're like, oh,
Yeah, it takes
But you can
forever.
fast forward it, though.
I know, but you got to and your thumb goes too
What,
far over.
instant?
You miss 2 minutes in, you got to go back.
You have Eric's ring, and then the ring battery dies.
2 steps back. So maybe somebody
That's
listening
so
at
frustrating.
37530 can is having the revelation maybe right now, or you already had that revelation that you started seeing your mate's social media footprint erase you before the mate actually said, I'm done, or I'm out, or I found someone else.
I wonder if somebody's ever gone in and just literally deleted pictures of their
What are signs
mate.
you guys have noticed? Doesn't have to be social media, like maybe a friend or a family member or yourself.
Oh, I've noticed when the wife, when you're doing couples get-togethers, and one of the buddies is like, "Yeah, she's busy. She's not feeling well," and that seems to be the excuse all the time. I'm like, wow, we really haven't seen her in a long time.
Like you go like 2 dinners and then they're not there. One dinner it can happen.
Yeah,
2 dinner, yeah, they're just hiding. They don't want to.
and I don't ask anything because it's like that's their business. I don't want to be, making things worse.
One person said on text, it's been proven, though, that people in an unhappy relationship post their life significantly more than people that are happy with their spouse in life to fake out an awesome life. Haven't we heard that stat
Yeah.
before?
Oh, I know this.
That you're overdoing it because it's not working.
This couple, they're a mess. Like they're always late.
The Bickersons.
I'm like, yeah, I know they're not really happy, but then I see their Facebook stuff. I'm like, oh, geez, they made it look like they're so perfect, and even like they had their party for their kid, and it's like everything's perfect.
Perfect.
Look, I'm like, screw you guys. I know the real you.
I know the real you.
Yeah, because I just sometimes I don't like the person. I'm
Oh,
like,
when people are fake and
and I'm
pretentious.
like, that's not who you are. You're just letting people think that's who you are.
Yeah, you should be posting mean stuff about each other.
Yeah, tell the truth.
Yell at each other.
People aren't doing that.
Be honest.
Though. it's social media. You can post what you want to. So if you want to make it look like your house is absolutely perfect, or you have the family photos.
So relationship staging is what you're saying.
It could be.
Pretty much.
But
You
I
can fake out
definitely
your life.
will go and scroll. Like there was a girl I went to high school with. She, I thought, was going to be marrying her high school sweetheart. I'm sorry. There was a girl I went to college. Did I say college or high school?
You said high school.
High school.
There was a girl I went to college with. She dated her high school sweetheart all throughout high school, all throughout college, and then they left
married?
college.
Oh.
No, that was the next step, right? All of a sudden, he starts posting pictures with another girl.
Uh-oh.
And so she stops posting pictures. So, of course, I had a deep dive. Like, wait, what happened?
Well,
Why
why
are
we say
you
that? We applaud that behavior.
had
You should not be
to.
stuck with that person.
So I had to do a deep dive to see what was going on. And here they broke up.
Aw.
Well, okay. Did it work out for her to find somebody else? And
She
now
did,
they're
yeah.
like in-
Now she has a baby and she's married, and the other dude has 2 kids and he's married. But I was just shocked. You spent 8 years together?
Yeah.
But just because you spent 8 years of the early years of romance, that availability in your life, doesn't mean you have to spend the next 35 years or 50
True,
years with
but
that person.
Sam, were you expecting
shocked.
them
You're not
to
happy.
make a post, "We have broken up"? I mean,
Well, they could have.
Does that happen? Do people
Let
actually,
us-
when they end a relationship, post?
I think a
"So-and-so
lot
and
of
I are
celebrities.
no
So many
well, I'm not talking about
celebrities do that.
celebrities. I'm talking about real people.
Like a friend.
Like a normal person that's not famous.
I don't think they do.
I think that'd be kind of a little weird.
They just change it or they scrub
Just
it.
stalk
ever
my
known
Instagram
anybody?
like a normal person
Just
and
stalk me
see that
like
we broke
normal.
up. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Have you ever known anybody that was, just a friend or acquaintance, and they put a post up? Yes, me and my wife have divorced. She will no longer be seen on this feed. People don't do that, do
But
they?
maybe.
Someone goes, Eric woke up and chose violence this morning.
Calling out the stage of
crabby
relationship.
today.
Are you crabby this morning?
Yeah, my stomach hurt this morning. I was up like at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, no.
What you eat?
I just had
Bad?
I had the salmon, smoked salmon, and some couple bourbons.
I've got the green
apple splash.
I was going to say maybe your tummy is uneasy because you're nervous about sports.
I'm trying to keep the game because I'll get too
I
nervous if I
know.
start thinking about it.
Oh, the Astros.
Baseball is the most nervous,
It is.
nerve-wracking thing, like
Right.
because football, basketball, it's fast-paced.
Yeah, and you don't know how it can swing.
In all my crazy years of watching Rockets basketball with my face in the screen, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, at least I have a result within like seconds.
And it comes down to the last like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
in
if you're within like
baseball,
6 or 10.
You're like, I don't know, one strike away, and then boom, it's 3 more innings we have to go. We're only 1 strike away. Oh, no, they tied it. Oh,
But it's a
overtime.
fun- it's a
more innings,
fun
extra
anxiety,
innings.
isn't it? Like the bases are loaded, and you're like, it's such a payoff when somebody gets a grand slam or something.
It's such a letdown when you just got somebody on third, they can't get them in.
Oh yeah.
Somebody makes it to third with 1 out, and then we don't ever bring them in. That drives me the
They're like,
craziest.
come on, why can't you hit that ball that is impossible to hit?
I know.
Yeah, you try
Right.
standing on a plate and have a
Impossible
projectile
to
thrown
hit.
at you at 100 miles an hour.
It's basically as fast as we blink is how fast the ball has a chance to make it to the
I
bat.
remember I did it
It's so fast.
at Sugar Land
It's
with Roger
insane.
Clemens.
Uh-huh.
He pitched to me, maybe he was just throwing in like sweet little,
He wasn't like
that.
throwing a heater.
maybe 50 miles an hour.
Okay, still.
And he's like, Eric, scoot in more. Because I'm like, He's like, he goes, don't worry, it's going to be right there to the left.
Scoot
right
in
there,
more,
swing
Eric.
right there. And perfect. And you
He's
hit it.
telling you how to hit
Yeah.
the ball he's going to pitch you.
Yeah, and he's throwing it like 50. Tell me where it's at. Exact.
And did you hit it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's
hit
one
as
of
hard
the
as I
all-time
could, and it
greats.
went to shortstop, barely into the dirt.
that is so embarrassing, though, if you hit it as hard as you could, and what if you missed and you swung yourself around and fell?
Then you pull out your,
Yeah,
hurt your
My
ribs.
meniscus.
I mean, it is
Twice as
nerve-wracking.
fast.
So,
Still,
yes.
what a great experience. You got to bat against one of the greatest. Like, he's a GOAT.
Oh, yeah, the Rocket. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Another person, though, that's the Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame is shunning.
Yeah, whatever.
But
think
McGuire's
there's-
in there
yeah.
for beating Maris's record while he was on roids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That was a story today about Pete Rose's passing, how 83 years old, all he ever talked about was that I'm never going to be in the Hall of Fame, even though I have all these worthy accolades. And there are other people in the Hall of Fame that were 100% in that Juice World era, and they don't shame them.
That's just like, that literally is cutting off your nose to spite your face. I mean,
I say put them all in.
put them in.
That was what that era was.
It was.
It was the late
unfortunately.
90s and to 2000, whatever.
What was
There's
the year
no
Mark
denying their
McGuire beat
talent.
Roger Maris's record? It had to be late 90s.
It was after the strike, and then I know McGuire and Sammy Sosa were having that big old home run.
The home
Who's
run.
going to get to Maris's record and stuff? And yeah, they were all juicing, but it made baseball fun. I'm like, go ahead, guys. You do it.
So we can get some
the juiced
wins.
out playoffs.
They're
Yeah,
hitting
I
home
mean, when you
runs.
see, wow, his head has grown in size. How is that possible?
Actually, you were joking, but in the 80s, there was a famous Saturday Night Live skit where they called it the All Drug Olympics because, the Olympics crack down so much on anybody who has any kind of anything in their system, whether it's it was a protein bar with a wrong ingredient. And so they did the All Drug Olympics. And the joke was you could take whatever you want to hit whatever records you want. And Phil Hartman's character was a weightlifter who was trying to lift like 16,000 pounds and his arms fell off.
They ripped off.
Like he pulled his arms off because the drugs made him think he was so strong. And it was so gross. And the commentator's like, oh, that one looks like it's going to be messy. Oh, can we get some towels?
His arms
Didn't they
ripped
bring
off.
that back this year, Kev? They were going to try
The All Drug Olympics.
They were trying to do that in the future.
I was going to mention Tour de Pharma.
Oh, that is such a
I don't know what that one
hilarious
is.
movie.
Tour de Farce.
Tour de Farce. It's a mockumentary. It's an HBO Sports mockumentary about the doping with cyclists.
Okay.
And Lance Armstrong's supposed to be in the shadows with his face obscured, and then they accidentally hit the light on him, and he was like, "You can't see me, right?"
Oh my god!
But everyone is drugging.
Everybody's drugging.
And everyone's all messed up on the bike trail.
Orlando Bloom dies with I can't say.
It says it's a 2017
funny.
sports comedy,
Raunchy.
Tour de Pharmacy.
Yeah.
Tour de Pharmacy.
Tour de
Yeah, I
Pharmacy,
remember.
What was the
Andy
tennis one?
Samberg,
The
John
tennis one
Cena,
was
Orlando Bloom.
7 Days in Hell.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
Were they doping in that one too?
No,
I can't remember.
It was basically a riff on Andre Agassi.
Okay.
Andy Samberg. Mm-hmm. It's
also
just
Jeff
so
Goldblum
funny.
If you want to
too.
kick, because someone's like, Sammy Sosa was badass, look up, just Google, even if you don't know who he is, look up Sammy Sosa, look at what he looked like in 98, and look at 2024.
His
Sammy
head
Sosa.
grew.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the same person.
No.
He's white.
I was going to say, I haven't seen him in so long. What's he doing now?
He doesn't
I
show
only
up
know
once in
him
a
from
while.
those
He'll show up to
days.
Chicago. It looks,
So like report.
he looks nothing like
Are
it.
you saying he bleached his skin?
I don't know. People always wondered in Chicago. We're always asking
What happened?
what's going on there. But yeah, he doesn't.
I don't
He's
see
not around
him like
much.
being a commentator
No.
for any baseball stuff. Is it because
I
of the
think it's
juicing
the-
stuff?
The juice, the steroid stuff. I don't think people.
I've
really,
always wondered, what would happen if you took one of those juiced up athletes and then, you could time travel and you brought back like a Babe Ruth. You look at Babe Ruth, this guy from 90 years ago. He was not a physically fit specimen.
No, but he could hit a ball, I guess.
But in baseball,
Yeah.
you don't have to be. In baseball, there are definitely some thicker
Like, how
guys.
would those
Yeah, you
guys
guys see the
stand
guy
up
with their belt?
against?
They've got designated runners. You know what I mean?
I just find it interesting that baseball, the managers wear the uniform. Could you imagine if the football coaches wore
Yeah.
shoulder
The
pads?
pads.
Yeah, I know.
Or if the
They had to
basketball
dress
coaches
up.
had to wear the
Down to their
shorts
knee.
and the tank tops.
They got chicken legs.
That is kind of funny. But it would look odd, Eric, if the manager of the baseball team was in a suit
Why does it look
in the
odd?
dugout.
It's because that's all we know.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I mean, also the
We're
dugout is
conditioned
like
that
dirty.
way.
There's like sunflower seed shells everywhere, and there's dirt.
Sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds. Sunflower seeds, whatever they're eating. I don't know. It is kind of interesting. I wonder when that started.
They've
Volleyball.
always-
Imagine the guy that coaches the women's volleyball. He's going to wear those short shorts like they do.
I hope so.
But don't they? They wear like casual clothes. The volleyball
now,
coaches.
because
Or
after
are they wearing?
after COVID,
Okay.
like the basketball coaches can wear pretty much anything.
Oh, really?
It used to have to be suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy T was always, I remember back in the 90s, he was like the well-dressed suit guy.
And after COVID, they just said you wear whatever, just as long as it's got the Rockets gear on it.
Oh, yesterday, by the way, speaking of volleyball, my daughter was doing a volleyball practice, and Jordan Thompson from the Paris Olympics and the Tokyo Olympics, they were gold medalists in the Tokyo Olympics for women's volleyball, and they won the silver in Paris. She showed up to the gym.
Oh, that's cool.
And everyone's like, okay, we're going to take pictures. And everyone's like, I had just gotten there to pick her up. I go, I don't know what's happening. What's going on? And they're like, there's an Olympian here. And, I was thinking, oh, okay. But this person just won. I mean, Jordan just won. This is not an Olympian. It's like, well, I live in Houston. And
Did she have
yeah, she had both of her medals on, her silver and her gold medal. It was so awesome. And I asked her, how old were you when you started playing volleyball? Because, we are in a world right now as parents of young kids that you think, well, they start playing when they're 5 years old. By the time they're 9, it's too late. It's too late. Can't join a team. Everyone's too competitive. Jordan Thompson started playing volleyball when she was in the 8th grade. And she's a gold
Is she
medalist
tall?
and
Wow.
a silver medalist. Yes, she is very tall.
Yeah, that growth spurt.
That is pretty awesome. So I guess it's never too late as long as you, push yourself. So that was really nice for the girls to meet her last night. Okay, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, yes, we are going to talk about the sports world passing. So there's one Houston Rocket that just has our hearts, and I'm just so sad about it. And I want you to know more about the amazing things that he did you don't even know for this city. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
H-Town.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRVE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arandas, and that was Sabrina Carpenter. I want to remind you guys, we're doing Say It for Sabrina. At 8 o'clock, we're going to reveal a phrase. That phrase, you can take note of that phrase, because at 9 o'clock, 12 noon, 3 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, we're going to ask caller 104 to repeat the phrase. If you repeat the phrase correctly, you are in the running for 4 sweet tickets to see Sabrina at Toyota Center on Sunday, October 27th, plus a ride to and from the show provided by Top Tier Chauffeur Services, and it's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. We do it every morning at 8 o'clock, the Say It for Sabrina phrase. Make a note of it, and then 9, 12, 3, and 5, you have a chance to try and win that fantastic prize. Which, by the way, I do have a prize here. We were talking about sports. I might as well get this out now. Speaking of sports, boxing is a sport. Mike Tyson is going to be here in League City, actually, in the League City area on Saturday, this coming Saturday, at Fitterman Sports headquarters. And we have a chance for you to win a 4-pack of VIP meet and greet passes and get a picture with him.
Cool.
So you just need to be caller 10, 833-390-KRBE. Fitterman Sports headquarters in League City, Saturday, October 5th. It's going to be real busy.
Remember when he had that tattoo on his face where like it was so shocking for the whole world? Now it's like,
now everybody's got face
no big deal.
tattoos.
Post
You got
Malone
Post
has.
Malone, Jelly Roll.
His is like massive, though. Most people have like, it looks like a little sticker book that
Yeah.
you just kind of place on different places.
Good point, Sam. It's a sticker book tattoo.
It's like a face sleeve.
Yeah.
It really is.
Because
It really
right when he
is.
did that, then Hangover 2 came out, and the
Ed
Andy
Helms.
character, Ed Helms, he got that on his face when he
'Cause
was
I thought
all,
it was fake.
They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
When he first got it, yes, I thought it was some kind of publicity
I thought
stunt.
it was fake. Right.
But now, but you look at like Post Malone and Jelly Roll, they're running out of real estate. Like there's a lot of little ones all over their face.
Yeah, you can't do a big one. Unless you
And
have
you
big
could.
earlobes like me, then I could do a bunch.
I've never seen anybody tattoo their earlobes.
Well, maybe I should do that.
Okay, let's work on that for you.
Should be my thing.
Eric's got the new
You
ear
have no
tattoo.
other tattoos but your earlobes.
Those earlobes.
That's not weird.
And you won't be able to
some
see
kind
it.
of
What
growth.
would you
wearing
even
headphones.
put on your earlobes?
Oh, to advertise the show.
You'd put like
Rula
Like
and Ryan
earrings.
and Eric.
Yeah, that's right. That's what if he's going to be hit by his earlobes, you better put
Wait,
his
one
name in the
lobe
show.
is going to be not
Better
symmetrical.
put
They
his
have
name
two
in the
names
show.
on it.
Right.
Or I put Rula, then put and on my forehead.
Oh, my God, stop.
And then what happens when the
Okay.
show is done?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be years later. I'm stuck with this.
Show us poorly on that one.
Oh, well. Okay,
Big
let's
mistake.
get to some sad,
Grouping.
serious news. Unfortunately, Dikembe Mutombo passed away yesterday at the age of 58. If you ever watch sports, basketball at all, you know Dikembe Mutombo. If you were a Houston Rockets fan, you know Dikembe Mutombo. His last season was played here, 2008,
His last
2009.
5 seasons were here as a Rocket.
But I'm saying
But he
his
finished,
last
he retired,
season,
yeah.
he retired a Rocket, and he ended up becoming the global ambassador for the NBA. Did y'all know that Dikembe Mutombo spoke 9 languages? 9
Wow, he's brilliant.
languages.
That's awesome.
He founded the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation in 1997. It concentrated on improving health, education, and quality of life for people in the Congo where he's from. Dr. Peter Hotez, which we became very good friends with over the
during the
time
pandemic.
in the pandemic when we were broadcasting from the house, we had Dr. Hotez on a lot. He worked very closely with Dikembe Mutombo to try to, for about vaccines and polio and bringing medication to Dikembe's part of the world and for people who don't have medical care. Dikembe also served on many boards of many organizations, including Special Olympics International, the CDC Foundation, the National Board for the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. I was looking to
just a
see
good
what
man.
kind of brain tumor he had.
They haven't said.
There's not a story, even like 2 years ago when he was diagnosed, they didn't say like what led to him even finding the brain cancer, but unfortunately he passed away yesterday at the
Was
age
it-
of 58.
Wow,
Was it the
he's only
Geico commercial
58.
he did like 3 years ago? Remember, he kept like someone trying to put stuff in the laundry machine, and
Oh, and he
knock
kept
it-
blocking
knock
it.
out. No.
Finger wag.
And then
yeah.
get the office, and he'd do it with. I can't remember. I think it was Geico.
I think it was
I don't even know what the
too.
joke
He had such
was.
a
Yeah.
distinctive voice.
Yes. 18 seasons in the NBA, started with Denver, ended with the Rockets. He was an 8-time All-Star, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 3-time All-NBA selection, and went to the Hall of Fame in 2015. He was from Congo, and that is where the day before he left the United States to become a basketball player, he met a woman in line named Rose, and he said, "I'm leaving for America tomorrow, but I'm going to call you." And she's like, "Yeah, right." Well, he called her every single day, ended up marrying her. They had children. They adopted nieces and nephews.
What a great story.
He
That's
leaves
cool.
behind. I mean, he's really one of those sports figures to look up to. And I hope that his legacy, goes on forever and ever, and people know the story and the touch that he had, because there's a lot of amazing stories in sports and in general of people who've come from a small little town or a small little village and never thought they could have these millions of
He went
dollars.
to Georgetown, I believe.
He did
That's
go
when
to Georgetown.
That's when I first saw him, because big in the 80s.
But that's a man who did things for the right reason. He didn't do it for accolades or recognition. So many people don't know all that this man did.
Plus, he made the game fun, waving his finger.
Yeah.
No. That's a very good impression
You
of
really
him,
did a
Eric.
good one.
I like that. That's very nice.
Now,
Here we go.
time for the Roula and Ryan show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Well, it is National Night Out. This is where you go out and you meet your neighbors. It's a community building event that takes place annually to promote the police community partnership with the neighborhood safety. In Houston, Texas, there are events everywhere. Like if you're downtown, I know Discovery Green is doing something.
It's not national. You're about to leave, then you see your neighbor go into their car, so you wait 2 minutes, and then you go out. I've seen people do that on
We did
on
it
social
last
media.
year. My fiance
crap,
did it
they're out
last
there.
year. Are you doing it in your neighborhood?
I live in a high-rise.
I haven't seen any
Eric doesn't know neighbors.
information about my neighborhood for them to do that.
Just Google it. Google
You
your
just
neighborhood.
started tonight. Just go out there with the card table and some drinks.
Sit
On your
there.
ring updates, between
Yeah,
somebody saying,
that's where
anybody
it'd be
hear that?
posted.
Or here's a lost cat. Somebody's going to post that.
I mean, I have
Anyone
a
hear that?
group
That's
chat
like
with
the
them.
number
I guess
one.
I could text them, be like, "Hey, y'all, we meeting up today to say hi."
Y'all come my front yard. I'll unlock the gate.
No, it's a pretty cool thing
Nah,
that
I'm
they're
gonna keep
doing.
'em out.
But yes, that is. Would y'all agree that that's the number one question on Ring? Anybody hear that?
Yes.
Did y'all hear that?
Did you hear them gunshots?
God.
Yeah.
This morning was very scary. It said, I hear a woman screaming, "Let me go," on Taylor and I-10 or something
Oh,
like
my.
that. Yes, y'all. It was very scary.
Oh my God! Like on the
Okay,
freeway?
woman yelling for help. There's a woman screaming, "Let me go," near Taylor.
Oh, my.
This is what I wake up to over in my neighborhood.
Well, you wake up to a few other things, too.
I haven't heard that many gunshots.
No?
That's more
'cause you
my
moved.
neighbor's
Yeah, that's-
fireworks.
yeah.
Since you moved. Okay, so tens of thousands of dock workers, and this extends all across the country from Texas to Maine, including
Johnny?
He used to
No,
work
Johnny
there.
working
used
on
to
the dock.
work
Oh.
on the dock.
Now
This is
he's
actually-
on strike.
a pretty big
Union
deal.
zone strike.
No, this is a big deal.
This is a big deal because this includes dock workers from Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi. They're on strike now. So this work stoppage could impact prices at the grocery store. This is the first strike that they've done since 1977.
Wow.
The members hit the picket lines at midnight this morning. United States Maritime Alliance refuses to address a half century of wage subjugation where ocean carriers, their profits have skyrocketed from millions to mega billions, while the longshore wages remain flat. So dock workers want wage increases, better health benefits, and other things from ports and ocean carriers. Experts say it's unknown how long this strike could last, but it will impact.
And a longshoreman
prices.
is a person who works on the docks and runs a crane or runs some of the different vehicles that run around there. It ties up the ship when it comes in.
Think about the holidays are coming.
Yeah.
Yes, all
All
those
the stuff
Picketing right
ordering
now.
on Amazon's be stuck in those containers.
and
cars.
y'all will be able to look out and see probably twice as many ships sitting out there ready to go up
In
into the bay.
Galveston.
Mhm.
Through that
They
clear
can't go
water.
up. Yeah.
Right
It's
now.
clear right now.
It's clear water in Galveston, friends. If you are
Take your
listening to
photos
us in
now.
Galveston,
Yeah.
I'd like to see more pictures at
You can bait
37530.
and switch your friends from out of the city.
If you're trying to sell your place there, look at the water here.
Oh yeah, this is the time to get those photos.
Come on by. Look at the water now.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Look at
it
how
always
amazing it
is.
Yep.
Yes, if you're trying to court a new employee to come to Galveston,
Yep.
we need you to fly in immediately.
Like, yeah.
Immediately, we need you to come
Yeah, they don't bring
here.
you in July to show you Houston. They'll bring you in
Gosh,
March
no.
All right, coming up
February.
next, Try It Tuesday. Well, we have a variety of things to try. First is going to start with Dr. Pepper. Now, we've all had Dr. Pepper. I haven't had it in a while, but Dr. Pepper is life for a lot of people.
Best.
And there's a hack of how to enjoy Dr. Pepper like we've never tried it before.
Well, it was back in the 60s, I found Dick Clark was the spokesman for Dr. Pepper.
No, I had no idea.
And he was trying to sell people on how to drink Dr. Pepper this certain way, and it never really worked. So I'm thinking we should try it. Maybe we can bring it back. Maybe
And
this
does
will
Dr.
work.
Pepper and Mr. Pibb, like, how far off are they? Should they
pretty
be like
similar.
death cage match rivals, or is it more like, you don't have Pepper? I'll take Pibb.
Or how about that one, Dr. Thunder or Dr.
Dr.
K?
K.
I think we got some Dr. K as well.
Is
Is
there
that
Dr.
from,
W from Walmart?
Is that
I
Walmart?
think there's Dr. Pop, isn't it?
I don't know. They're all doctors.
There's lots of doctors.
We're going to try this and see what's the way that Dick Clark wanted us to try it, and it failed miserably. You'll hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.